Hello, I'm back with another tutorial on advanced charts. And today I'm going to show you how to create a funnel chart in Excel. Funnel chart is very useful when you want to depict the values across multiple levels of a process. For example, if you want to show the number of hours spent at each level of production in a factory, your funnel chart can be very useful. Please be mindful that this chart is inbuilt in 2016 or higher version of Excel. However, if you want to create this chart in the lower version of Excel, you will have to use the bar chart to create a funnel chart. So let's start with how you can create it in the new version of Excel. Look at my example sheet here where I have the data from a website traffic information, where I have the number of people visiting in each category. When I say each category, you can see that number of people visited were 1,000. However, there were only 200 prospects that were converted through this 1,000 visitors, and the last closed uh, sales from this 1,000 visitors were only 100. So what we are trying to do is we can show this in the funnel chart as to how many was available in the first process and how much or how many people really closed from the first level of the process. So every level, the number of people are reducing. So we can show this in a funnel chart. Why funnel chart? Because in the funnel, what happens is when you put in the a lot of water in it and only a small amount goes from the bottom. So same thing we are going to show here, that we have a lot of people visiting, but or a lot of data that we have put across, but in the end the filtered data comes very little. So to start with, I'm going to select the database, go on to the insert. Because I have 2016 version, I can see recommended charts, and under recommended chart, the fourth option is my funnel chart. I can click on OK and my funnel chart is ready to be used. Here I can change the chart title. I can also add the category name in the data labels by using this option, more data label option. Here I can add the category name. Once I do that, I can now see all the categories inside the funnel chart itself, and I can remove my axis from the left. Just be mindful that if you have a smaller data, the last data which is very small as compared to the first shape, it may happen that you might not be able to see the category or the data in the last smallest of these shapes. So you will have to be careful and just make the chart a little bigger so that the last data is also available or visible. Now, moving back, I'm going to show you one more trick onto the funnel chart. Now you can see that this funnel chart has this rectangle shape with the corners as sharp or pointed. Let's say I want to change this to a different shape. When I say a different shape, a shape which is a rectangle but with the curved edges. If I want to do that, I will first need to go on to insert, and under illustration shapes, I will select the shape that I want to add, which is my rectangle with the rounded corners. I select that and I paste it somewhere on the sheet. And now once I have done that, I will select that shape and copy it and go on to the first shape on my chart. I select it twice. So once I select it once and then I select it again to make sure that the first one is selected. After that, in the format data point window, I go onto the fill and border or fill and line option. From that option, you can see different options like no fill, solid fill, gradient fill. I'll select picture or texture fill. And from that picture or texture, I can select clipboard. Once I do that, you will see that the shape automatically changes to the corners rounded. I can do that for each of the shape here. Select the second one, go on to this, picture and texture fill, and select clipboard. I'll have to go to the third one, do the same thing for each one of them. I can do that. And you will see that your data is complete, or your shape has completely changed, and it looks a little different from what you could see earlier. You can also add an oval shape circle as well if you want to. That can also be done with your data. So you can do anything, any shape that you want to add from this list. You can add it by using the shapes from the illustration group.
Congratulations on completing the Business Dashboard using Excel course. Ready to elevate your career? Join our postgraduate certificate in data science and AI and gain exclusive benefits like a complimentary Python programming bootcamp, 7 plus case studies, dedicated student support, and access to our job opportunities portal. Don't miss out on this chance to transform your career. Invest in yourself today and join our program. Click on the link in the description to enroll now and take the next step in your career journey.
Now, this was about how you create a funnel chart in 2016 or higher version of Excel. So this was very, very simple, and you can also change the shape from this data. Now, what if I did not have the 2016 version and I have a lower version of Excel? In that case, I'm going to just paste this in another sheet so that it is still available with us, and we'll see how different it looks, or even does it even look different. Go back to the sheet or my example sheet, and here I have the data. Again, I'm going to select this data, go on to insert, and I will select the bar chart from my chart list. The bar chart has to be the stack bar, and not the 100% stack bar, but the stack bar. I select the stack bar chart. What happens is, however, it is just selecting the normal bar chart where it has the list of data, but it is not going to select in the proper funnel chart. Now we will have to create something or have to add one helper column to get the funnel chart to be shown as a bar chart to be shown as a funnel chart. So I'm going to delete this and go back to my chart and add a helper column just before the numbers of people that I have here. The helper column will help us to add one more small bar next to the current bar which we have, and that will allow me to create that into a or shape it into a funnel chart. So what I'll do is I will use my function, the max function, where I'll say max of all this data. Once I've done this, minus my data that I have here. Once I have done this, I will put a bracket so that it calculates this first and then divided it by 2. What happens is it will look for the maximum number out of this whole, which is 1000, then it will minus that with the first value. And once it has got, which is the total number is 0, it will divide it by 2, which is going to be 0. Now I will have to make sure that my database that I have selected is freezed. That is this to this, which is the maximum that I'm finding from. Once it is freeze, now I will select and drag this data or information till the end. You will see that it has calculated some numbers which will help us or which will let us create a funnel chart. Now I will select my data or keep my cursor anywhere in the database, go on to insert, and from the insert I'll select the bar chart, the stack bar chart. You can see the stack bar chart has now been created. My blue color which you can see is your helper column and the number of people is your orange. Now we want to show the orange one and not the blue one. So I will select the blue one and change the format or the color of this blue one into showing as no fill. Now what happens is it is already giving you a feel of a funnel chart. Only the thing is the funnel chart is going to be in the reverse order. Now you can definitely show this data in the reverse order. Now, because I want to show it in the reverse order, I will select my axis which I want to show in the reverse order, which is the y-axis, and then the window that you can see on the right, which is the format axis window. Go on to the last option, which is axis options, and under the axis position, you can see categories in reverse order. As soon as I change it into the categories in the reverse order, you will see that all the categories are now changing in the reverse order. So now this looks much like what we are looking in the funnel chart otherwise. However, you can see that there is a lot of gap between the two bars. While in the funnel chart that you can see, there is not much of a gap. So what I'll do is I'll select my bar, and if I select the bar, your format data series windows is open. Reduce the gap between two bars by just clicking on or removing the gap between the two. And this, you have your funnel chart ready. Now the gap is too less, so I'm going to increase a little more gap just to make it show that there is some difference. Here you go. So now it looks like exactly the same funnel chart that you look at. You can add the data labels that you want to now, and here you go with all the data that you're looking for. You can remove the data labels for this one so that it is not shown. You can add more data labels option, which we already are aware of. And from there, you can select your data labels that you want to add other than just the numbers. And the category is here. Here you go with your list of data with the funnel chart. If you have a lower version of Excel, this is the only way to actually, it's a workaround to actually get your funnel chart added if you have a lower version of Excel, which is lower than 2016, which is 2013 or lower. Again, the shapes that you want to add can be done by going onto the insert and illustrations. You can pick up the shape that you want to add to your list and change it by using the clipboard method. Hope you found this video useful. Keep watching for more of such advanced Excel tutorials and advanced charts as well. Thank you.